Hi, my name is Brody Soderston, and I'm going to inform you about one of the most dangerous clans to ever exist in our nation. There has been a history of hate in America, a kind of hate caused by men and women towards others simply because of their race, religion, or lifestyle. One of these groups was known as the Ku Klux Klan, also known as the KKK. You will learn about who founded the Klan, how the Klan came to be, and how their numbers heavily declined, only to rise once again later. It all started in 1865 with a group of Confederate veterans led by General Nathan Bedford Forrest. Nathan Bedford Forrest was born on July 13, 1821, and in Chapel Hill, Tennessee, growing up with little to no money whatsoever, obviously being unable to afford any sort of general education. However, he was heavily involved in the Civil War, even using his own money to help equip and train some of his troops throughout the war. However, his involvement in the war wasn't led by his competitive nature. It was led by his racist beliefs and his mindset. After the war, Forrest is believed to have served as the first Grand Wizard or Grand Marshal of the KKK upon its establishment in 1866. The Klan possessed so much power as their numbers grew and created much violence, mainly in the South. African American presence in public life in the South became one of the most progressive facets of Reconstruction from 1867 onwards, when African Americans were elected to government officials and even the United States Congress. In an attempt to overturn radical Reconstruction policies and restore white supremacy in the South, the Klan committed itself to an underground campaign of violence against Republican politicians and even voters. So in my eyes, the Klan couldn't handle that the United States was changing, obviously electing African Americans to the Congress and governments. The Klan couldn't accept that, and that they just lost the Civil War. So they decided to take matters in their own hands and try to terrorize and murder anything and anyone that stood in their way. However, the Klan in 1871 almost was diminished to completely nothing. Thankfully, of Republican state governments in the South, they turned to Congress for assistance in 1870 because they knew the Klan was getting way out of hand. So Congress passed 3 acts, one of being the Ku Klux Klan Act. But in 1915, there was a revival of the Klan, and this Klan was way bigger and badder than the one in 1860. This one took stance against Roman Catholics, Jews, immigrants, organized labor, along with being anti-black. It was fueled by increasing animosity to the immigration boom that America witnessed in the early 20th century, along with fears of a communist revolution. The KKK continues to revive itself throughout the years. After hearing this, you now know what the Klan did, how they came to be, and how their numbers declined only to rise again. The lack of knowledge and the lack of understanding of racial oppression continued with the Ku Klux Klan from one generation to the next. In general, white nationalist aggression is again on the rise in America, sadly. Several high-profile events, including the shooting of the Charleston Church in 2015 and the most recent shooting of white supremacy and racism in El Paso, Texas, Walmart in 2019. No particular race is the enemy. Ignorance is the enemy. George Lopez.